Alright, so I was pretty impressed with the Sena on my Zero naked bike. But I wanted to try it out on a bike that's a little nastier windshield wise. This windshield blows wind almost directly in my face. If I set it to about here. This is actually the stock windshield, but I chopped it down a little bit. So I wanted to see how it deals with this bike. Now, I don't know if I can see this. So, yeah, I can't, but I changed a couple settings. I changed it from loop mode to normal mode, because loop mode seems to only record for 3 minutes at a time, which is annoying, especially when you're trying to edit stuff. Or the fact that you have to edit it at all is annoying. I wanted to just upload it to YouTube and be done with it, but I couldn't. So, and then I also changed the video quality to normal from fine, because I wonder, fine almost looks like it's trying to do some sharpening that isn't working very well. So, alright, so now I'm up to speed, and I can tell you, going 50 miles an hour, and it's pretty, I do not have the noise canceling on yet. It's pretty sort of buffety, choppy from this little windshield here. If I duck down, it goes away, obviously, but the point of this test is to be, almost have the wind being sent right at my helmet. So it's pretty buffety, choppy. This shit would definitely get old on a long ride. So let me try now turning on ANC mode. Yeah, it helps. It absolutely helps. But it's still pretty choppily wind coming at me. Now, again, this is literally the worst windshield that will ever be used to do this, because this is like my summertime. It's hot. I'd rather just have wind coming straight at my head than be melting in sweat windshield. I have a much better windshield for this bike. That is a tall, I forget what brand it is, but it's a really, really tall windshield that's, I think it's like a V something or other. I forget what it's called, but it's like that's their brand, is the V something. That windshield's much better at sort of deflecting wind, and it's much taller as well. So I sort of purposely left this one on here for this test, just to see how it would deal with this. So it's better with INC mode on, for sure. I'm nowhere near as blown away as I was when I was on the naked bike. Now let me set my cruise. So it's 48 miles an hour. So this way I could do the INC mode with my right hand. So INC off. Okay. Alright. You know what? I might have just changed my opinion. So INC mode off. Again, I'm getting a ton more of that low frequency, constant thumping, buffety, just the shit that'll just really wears you out on long rides. And with INC on, this guy's braking, so it just thins it out. It almost makes it feel like it's just not there. And the noise I'm talking about is that sort of thumping, buffety, bassy wind noise that you almost feel more than you hear. I can't really describe it any better than that, but as somebody who has tinnitus, which sucks, it's that shit that really wears you out. And this does seem to be canceling that out. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty nice. Now I just wonder, here we go, perfect timing, thank you very much. Go ahead, turkeys, go on, whole family. Now you're gonna stay over there? Alright. Don't get hit. Don't get hit by cars. It doesn't do anything, or seemingly much of anything, to cancel out the motorcycle noise, the motor noise, which is good. I don't want it to. I want to hear that. I just want to filter out that freaking wind noise. And this does seem to be doing that, so pretty pumped about that. I'm not going to bother doing a test with my other windscreen because I'm sure if it's helping with this, that it'll help with that one. It's a nice house. Nice little house, little country house. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I've got high hopes for throwing on my touring screen and just being able to go all day without having my ears fucking bleeding from tinnitus at the end of the day. Yeah, once I get on this other stretch of road here, I'll throw on my cruise control again and just do like a quick comparison. Oh, this fucker. Let me guess, you're going to go 25 miles an hour the whole way. Okay, well, let's set a cruise. Yep. Fucking Toyota Corolla, the enemy of the open road, I fucking tell ya. Alright, well, I'm going all of 35 miles an hour. So let me kick that off again. Yeah, even at 35, there's a pretty massive difference. So this is theoretically, it's just that the sound just seems that much thicker with it off. And that's what I was talking about with the first video, is it kind of thins it out, quote unquote. And there's really no other way that I can describe it other than it effectively takes away all of that bassy, just loudness. And it really just filters that bassy stuff out, and it generally makes the ride quieter. It's funny how I notice it much more when I go from having it on to having it off versus having it off to having it on. When I turn it on, it just seems like, oh, it's just sort of thinned out the noise. Everything just seems like more treble. It just seems like I've twisted the bass knob on my stereo all the way down, and it's almost a little underwhelming. But then when I switch it back off, the INC mode, God, it makes a huge difference. So I am very, very pleased. I'm just going to spend the rest of the time ripping on my Ducati. Set it, got INC on. Oh yeah, God, what a difference. That is crazy. I'm really glad I did this. Some of the reviews were saying, oh, it doesn't make all that much of a difference. It makes an absolutely fucking massive difference. I cannot believe anybody's saying that. I don't know, maybe they're riding with huge windscreens to where they're not getting hit with that noise, but I mean, it makes a huge difference on a bike with no screen or a tiny screen like this. I mean, this screen, genuinely, I cut it this way on purpose so that my entire head is engulfed in air. I mean, I'm 6'2", and the air is coming to the absolute bottom of my neck with this screen. So, I mean, I'm just getting blasted with probably twice as much air as I would on my naked bike, straight to my head. So, I mean, it just makes a huge difference. I mean, in fact, I can hear my fucking ears ringing when I ride with this shield. I mean, again, with this windshield all the way down. I never really put it up because the whole point of it is to have the wind blasted at me, but Yeah, I could hear my ears starting to ring a little bit. There you go. Girl child on a motorcycle. We need to see more of that shit in this world. Enjoy bikes. Yeah, a bunch of bicyclists. Hello, hello bicyclists. Yeah. Anyway, so massive difference. Props to Sena for making this helmet. I was worried that I was going to be spending $700 on like $100 piece of shit helmets with Sena's logo stamped on it, and their camera that's kind of okay, fine, and intercom system that is awesome. But the camera system seemed to be sort of letting it down, but a little bit anyway. At least, I'm just talking about compared to a GoPro. But, I mean, frankly, this thing is worth the money just to have the noise canceling and have any camera at all. Pretty pumped about that. And so now that I had just done that video on my other bike, or one of my other bikes, I pulled the video off and looked at it just ever so briefly on my laptop and cranked out a video edit. It's not even really at the level of my GoPro Hero 3, if I'm totally honest. But it's close to that. It's 1080p. The color saturation isn't anywhere near as bad as I saw in older videos. It seems better, but it could still be better. And I've kind of got high hopes for turning off that quote-unquote fine video mode. I mean, just setting it to normal. It was set to fine out of the box. But I'm hoping that kind of cuts down on its sort of noise reduction AI, if that's even what it's doing. I don't really know what it's doing, but it just seemed like the edges of stuff were trying to be cleaned up when they really couldn't be. So anyway, that's it. Thank you very much.